Hey, Billy. Hey, guys. I just have to say you're exactly what the world needs right now. The latest podcast really hit me right in the feels. I've been incredibly lucky to have a dad who is just perfect in my eyes. Both of my parents have been amazing, but my dad really set the bar. I have such vivid memories of him crying during movies, proud tears that were always so genuine. I honestly can't recall a time when he yelled at us as kids, never swore, and showed us what real love looked like. Mum ran the show and still does. They've raised me to have a voice and shine bright so I can be a strong advocate for women and children and be the best mother I can because I always say I learnt from the best. I've also got a little brother who is raised to be just as incredible. One night, he was out and came across a girl who was completely drunk and barely conscious. With that hesitation, he took her home, walked her inside and talked to her mum. He doesn't drink, by the way. That's the kind of man he is, and it's a story I'll always cherish because he makes girls better, makes girls and people feel safe. I'm lucky enough to have a partner also who has the most beautiful supportive male friendships, which only adds to the positive role models in our lives. Now I have 2 sons and I've tried my best to raise them the same way my parents raised my bro and me, showing them the value of kindness, sensitivity, and emotional strength. But the other day, my 13-year-old son broke my heart when he told me, "You made me soft." I was totally lost for words for a moment. He's such a lovely kid, always getting compliments from being caring, sensitive, loving and kind. But he's also sassy and quick-witted and can totally hold his own. It broke my heart to hear him think that being all of those things made him soft. I really don't want the world to make him feel like that. I want the world to change. On top of that, I have 3 foster girls, and that's 5 kids. So that's 5 kids in total. These kids have been through so much trauma, things no child should ever have to experience. I worry about them, especially as they grow older. I worry about their futures, about them becoming teenagers. Even with all the positive examples of masculinity around them, I'm scared it might be too late to undo the damage they've seen. Is that a possibility? Do I prevent society and its norms creeping in or undo experiences of masculinity in its worst form? With all the worries and anxieties about the world, I want to say again, thank you. You guys are exactly what the world needs. Keep doing what you're doing because it matters more than you know.
Yeah, so I won't do too long on it because it's a similar theme. But, you see that's that boy verbalising, isn't it? You've made me soft.
Yeah.
That's patriarchy coming in and telling him that. So what do you do? How do you respond to that if a kid says it to you? What do you do first?
What makes you say that?
Yeah, I'm sorry you feel like that.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't challenge him. Sorry. I just...
Yep. But you know what I mean?
If
your kid comes up to you and says, "You've made me soft," you just say, "Hey, that must be really awful to feel like that."
Yep. Sorry. Yes.
Explore it with them and then help them realise it actually makes them strong.
Yeah.
How powerful it is. How even more powerful it is to be like that in the world the way it is.
Yeah.
There's a risk in it, isn't it? There's risk-taking in crying in public, in sticking up for like the underdogs, the people that don't have power and people that are abusing that power over them. There's a risk, isn't it? What's the risk? There's the risk of physical violence. What else is the risk?
The risk of crying in public?
Or what's the risk of all the things that he's doing and why does he say, "You've made me soft"? Why is it a 13-year-old boy saying that?
Because someone's told him that?
Yeah, or someone's made him feel like that. And the risk is that he's in the out now. He's not one of us.
Yeah.
And we all seek patriarchy to protect us, don't we? Power. I want to be protected by power. I want to be part of the in-group.
Yeah. Yep. If that's the group, yep.
Do you know what I mean? You've probably had times where you're like, I don't know about you, but I grew up like really looking for friends that were big and strong, could handle themselves in a fight because I knew it would make me safer.
Yeah.
It's because of how many times I got the crap beaten out of me that I felt like that. But well into my 30s, I was like that. Friends who could look after themselves in a fight, I felt more comfortable around them.
Yeah.
The world shouldn't exist like that. And I completely agree with that, Mum. We need the world to change.
Yeah.
And that's how we change it, through all that man box stuff.
This podcast is brought to you by Guiding Growing Minds, a social enterprise that aims to give all children the best opportunity to reach their potential and succeed in living rich and meaningful lives.